12 pairs of cranial nerves connect to the brain, mostly at the brainstem. Both names and numbers identify the cranial nerves. Cranial nerve 1 is the olfactory nerve. It carries sensory information about the sense of smell. Cranial nerve 2 is the optic nerve. It carries sensory information about vision. Cranial nerve 3 is the oculomotor nerve. It carries sensory and motor information about eye movements and is responsible for change in pupil size. Cranial nerve 4 is the trochlear nerve. It carries sensory and motor information about eye movements. Cranial nerve 5 is the trigeminal nerve. It carries sensory information from the teeth and skin of the head. It carries motor information to the muscles of mastication. Cranial nerve 6 is the abducens nerve. It carries sensory and motor information about eye movements, especially abduction of the eye. Cranial nerve 7 is the facial nerve. It carries sensory information about sense of taste. It carries motor information to the muscles of facial expression, tear glands, and salivary glands. Cranial nerve 8 is the vestibulocochlear nerve. It carries sensory information about balance or equilibrium and hearing. Cranial nerve 9 is the glossopharyngeal nerve. It carries sensory information from the tongue and receptors that detect blood pressure and aid in control of respiration. It carries motor information to the muscles used for swallowing and the salivary glands. Cranial nerve 10 is the vagus nerve. It carries sensory information from most of the internal organs and motor information that regulates most of the internal organs. Cranial nerve 11 is the accessory nerve. It carries sensory information from and motor information to most of the internal organs. Cranial nerve 12 is the hypoglossal nerve. It carries sensory and motor information about tongue movements.